Hi everybody, my name is Adam. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today I'm not doing a video on recording or mixing or anything that is usually on my channel. I'm actually doing something that is a lifestyle thing, which is juicing. There's a whole lot of limited research on juicing in general. I scoured the internet when I was actually looking for information on juicing. And so I wanted to do my own video to actually help try to put a little bit of information out on the internet, why I actually have somewhat of a passion for juicing, how I believe it helped me, and how I think it could probably help other people out there as well. So I'm in my mid-40s now, and I started to get regular blood work done and going to the doctor on a regular basis just to get checkups to catch anything. Obviously, this is what you do when you get older, right? So I ended up getting blood work done, and when it came back, it was elevated blood sugar levels, and it was in a pre-diabetes level. And that sort of scared the hell out of me because I'm not somebody who really eats a lot of junk food, nor do I really eat a lot of sugar, so it blew my mind that I had these elevated levels. And in truth, I could kind of tell digestively that I wasn't quite in sync. My body really wasn't quite in sync, but it never really clicked on me or anything like that. So when I got back to blood work, I decided, what do I need to do in order to make this better, right? So I started eating, I thought I was eating better, eating more greens and veggies like you're supposed to do. I started working out a little bit more, things like that. And I got another blood work done 6 months later, and it actually went up. So it was even higher, and I'm putting that on the screen as well. So then I was like, what the hell do I need to do in order to get this lower? Because the last thing I want to be is, have diabetes or have any sort of other health issues. And I knew internally still that I wasn't getting, my body still wasn't quite in sync. So I started looking at juicing, and a few friends of mine I knew who did it. And they told me it was great and things like that. But I'm really more of I'm all about empirical evidence. I'm about seeing results. I want to see the data in order for me to get behind something, but there really wasn't. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to buy a juicer, I'm going to try it out, I'm going to see what's going to happen, because I really knew that it really came down to the vegetables, and I really needed to get those vegetables. And if juicing was the way I was going to be able to do it, then I was going to try it, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. So about 1.5 years ago, I went on Amazon, I bought this Breville juicer. And they make a newer one now. This one's a little bit older. The juicer's fine. I think it's great. There's a lot of other options out there. I don't really want to do a review on the juicer, but it's got its pros and cons, but it's worked out really well for me. So I went and got a juicer, and there was all sorts of different recipes that I could use for, people put on there, lemon, this, but I was like, well, that doesn't really give me everything. I want just everything. I want the kale, I want the cucumbers, the carrots. I just want to throw it all in there. And that's what I did. I started putting in kale, and I'm going to put my recipe on the screen, but I use kale, I use cucumbers, carrots, celery, apples, orange, ginger. I was just throwing it all in there. And so I started doing that, and that's what I did. And so for four whole months, I was juicing. I was drinking pretty much a bottle of this a day for 4 whole months. And I really wanted to see what the results of my blood work was going to be after the 4 months of drinking that 7 times a week. And by the way, this taste it's acquired. It doesn't taste good. I let my mom try it, and she gagged on it. She hated it. She'll never touch it again. But honestly, it's kind of an acquired taste. I drink it, my wife drinks it. We really don't mind it that much. And honestly, I don't care what it tastes like. If it's gonna make me healthier, then I'll drink it all day long. So I went back 4 months later after drinking these, and my blood sugar went down dramatically. I was blown away. I'm gonna put it on the screen, it was lower than I could have possibly imagined. So those are my results. I wanted to post those. I wanted to show you guys successively every 6 months of me doing the blood work and me continuing to do this. Now, after about 6 months, I sort of started slowing down a little bit. I wasn't drinking a full bottle of these every day. It was maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and it still kept my blood sugar levels low, but I didn't have to spend as much money on buying all the vegetables and things like that. Now, typically, and this is where I'll go into my recipe and what I'm actually doing for my particular juicing, which for me, I think this works out really, really well because you get the right amount that tastes the best and fills up your glass. All right, so when I typically go to the grocery store, I try to buy 3 juice's worth of stuff, which means a thing of kale that you can normally get, and I'll divide this into 3 parts. I'll get 3 lemons, 3 green apples, 3 oranges, 3 cucumbers, a thing of carrots, a thing of celery, and usually the celery will end up going bad, but it's so cheap, it's not that big of a deal. And then for my recipe, I will use, per juice thing, like I said, a handful, where I'm dividing this into 3. So I'll use a handful of kale, 1 lemon, an apple, an orange, and just 1 of these, 2 celery stalks, 2 carrots, and then I also have ginger. Ginger tastes, it's very strong. So I will usually cut off a small piece, typically something like this, and I'll just put that in there. Now, optionally, that's my base formula. Optionally, once in a while, I'll add half a grapefruit to a mix, and I will also add beets. These big guys. These are a little gangly, but I'll clean these up, cut the tips off, cut them in half, and I'll use a half a beet per recipe. And the beets, they have a strong taste too, but they're really good for you. I like adding them in once in a while, and it makes it, and it tastes fine for me. I've gotten so used to it. Sometimes I can make it a bit more of a meal. I can take, after I juice, I can put it into a blender, and then I can put in a banana, protein powder, or even yogurt to actually enhance the flavor a little bit, or just give you a bit more calories and just kind of make it as a meal replacement if you really want to, which I've done several times. So let's juice. Oh. All right, so for my fruit, I typically will just cut the skin off like this. I'll leave some of the rind. Same with the orange and the grapefruit. I've cut myself several times doing this, so you should be careful. So I just cut myself like an idiot because I was just saying how much I've cut myself in the past. Ooh, and that stings with the grapefruit juice. So after all that, making the mess that I just made, cutting myself, you've got yourself a juice. When I was doing this, at first, my wife and I would just drink 1 of these. So I was making these pretty much every day for 4 or 5, 6 months until I kind of started slowing down a little bit when I ended up getting my blood sugar levels down to a level that I thought was acceptable. And additionally, I didn't mention this before, but after I was doing this, I felt way better. My wife even noticed an improvement in the way she felt and things like that. So here's what you end up coming out with. Now I fill up these little guys. I'll put them in the fridge. They're usually good for 2 or 3 days. You don't want to go beyond that because the nutrients tend to leach out. I'll usually give this a good little stir when I'm done. Now this container will kind of skim out the foam, and then just kind of pour this guy on in. All right, everybody, I think that about does it. Again, thanks for watching. I hope that some of you guys got some information from this about juicing in general, and this really is an easy way to incorporate getting the nutrition from vegetables that you need. And again, I think it has helped me out. I'm supported by the blood work that I've shown you. If you decide to try this on your own, please send me a comment, send me an email in 4 to 6 months. Let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear it. I think it helps support other people who might be looking at doing this as well, or looking for options in order to help create a better lifestyle and healthier eating for themselves as well. So again, everybody, thanks again. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you hated it, and I'll see you soon. What are you doing? I'm missing something. Little bouchon. I don't mix the bouchon in there.
You're like super fast.
Am I? Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. Pup. Oh, you want some juice? You want some juices?